In those days, the sons of Eli, Hophni and Phinehas, were men of Belial. They knew not the Lord. They walked in the darkness of their own desires, seen only as shadows amidst the holy place, laughing in their drunkenness and weighing the coins of their greed. They held no reverence for the menorah, nor did they honor the sanctity of the Lord's house. Likewise, the sons of Samuel, Joel and Abiah, walked not in the ways of their father. They turned aside after lucre, taking bribes from the hands of the wealthy and perverting judgment, while the cry of the widow went unheeded before them. The glory had departed from Israel, for the ark was taken, and the lamp of God in Shiloh had gone out. A great darkness fell upon the land, and the whole house of Israel lamented after the Lord.
My story begins before I took my first breath. In the bitter tears of my mother, Hannah. The Lord had closed her womb, and her adversary provoked her sore. But in the bitterness of her soul, she made a vow here in Shiloh.
My heart is broken, Lord. Please listen to my plea.
She promised that if the Lord would give her a man-child, she would return him to the Lord all the days of his life. The priest Eli thought she was drunk, but when he saw her heart, he blessed her. And the Lord remembered her. Blessed with a child, Hannah kept her promise to the Lord.
For this child I prayed, and the Lord hath given me my petition. Therefore, as long as he liveth, he shall be lent to the Lord.
She named me Samuel, asked of God. True to her word, she did not keep me. When I was weaned, she brought me to the house of the Lord and left me. I grew up serving in the presence of the Lord. But the house of God was not without darkness. Eli was old, and his sons, Hophni and Phinehas, were sons of Belial. They knew not the Lord. They stole the offerings and lay with the women
Come
at the
now,
gate.
drink with us. Why do you resist, my lady?
Yes, the wine is sweet today.
You should not be tempting us this way.
As a young man, I warned Eli that his house would be cut off, and his sons would die. But Eli could not restrain them. The word of the Lord did not fall to the ground. War rose up against the Philistines. In their arrogance, the elders fetched the Ark of the Covenant, thinking it a weapon to save them. But God will not be used.
Israel has fled. There is a great slaughter. My two sons, Hophni and Phinehas, are dead. The ark, he of God, was taken.
The glory had departed from Israel. The lamp of God in Shiloh had gone out. And I was left in the darkness to lead a people who had lost their God. 7 months. That is how long the Philistines could endure the presence of the Holy One. The hand of God was heavy upon them. Dagon was broken, and their bodies were plagued. In terror, They sent the ark back, not with an army, and on a cart pulled by lowing kine, driverless. The beasts, against their nature, walked straight to Israel. The Lord had returned to his people, but his people were not ready for him. The men of Beth Shemesh looked into the ark with profane curiosity and died. Fear fell upon us again. We moved the ark to Kirjath Jearim, to the house of Abinadab.
We pour out our hearts before the Lord. Return to him with all your soul.
If ye do return unto the Lord with all your hearts, then put away the strange gods and Ashtaroth. I drew water and poured it out before the Lord, saying, we have sinned against the Lord. But as we fasted, the Philistine lords heard of our gathering. They came up against us. My people were afraid. They cried to me, cease not to cry unto the Lord our God for us. I took a sucking lamb and offered it wholly as a burnt offering. The smoke rose, and so did the enemy.
But the Lord heard. As the Philistines drew near to battle, the Lord thundered with a great thunder. On that day upon the Philistines, he discomfited them.
We pursued them until they charge forward. Show no mercy.
The sky, it turns against us.
The earth shakes. Flee. Run for your lives. Look. The heavens fight for us. They are scattering.
Look, charge! The Lord strikes them down. Charge now for Israel.
They came up against us. My people were afraid. They cried to me, cease not to cry unto the Lord our God for us.
You are not alone.
I took a stone and set it between Mizpeh and Shen. I called the name of it Ebenezer, the stone of help. And the Philistines were subdued, and they came no more into the coast of Israel all the days of my life.
Time is a relentless thief. I became old. I made my sons, Joel and Abiah, judges in Beersheba.
50 shekels of silver,
But they
as
walked
requested.
not in my ways.
It is heavy. Good. The matter is
They
settled then.
turned aside after lucre and took
Is there
bribes
anything we can do for
and
you?
perverted judgment. I had failed as a father, just as Eli
Can you
had.
help? I am in need of food.
What do you want us to do? Go your way.
Behold, thou art old, and thy sons walk not in thy ways. Now make us a king to judge us like all the nations. This thing displeased me. Give us a king to judge us. I will pray unto the Lord, seeking to understand my failure. For the elders said, make us a king to judge us like all the nations.
Hearken unto the voice of the people, for they have not rejected thee, but they have rejected me, that I should not reign over them.
I will tell you the manner of the king that would reign over you. For you will take your sons, he will force them to serve in his army. Some will be assigned to drive chariots or ride horses. Others will be forced to run before his chariots as foot soldiers or guards. He will force others to work in blacksmithing to make instruments of war and equipment for his chariots. He will appoint captains to force your sons to plow his ground and reap his harvest, rather than working their own family land. He will take your daughters and force them to become perfumers, cooks and bakers for the royal court. He will take the best of your fields, vineyards, and olive groves. He will commandeer your male and female servants and your strongest young men for his own work. Your day will come when you will. Cry out because of the oppression of the king you chose.
But the Lord will not hear you in that day. Nay, but we will have a king over us, that we also may be like all the nations. Judge us and go out before us.